hold the same dreams and visions, to circle around one another in larger spheres, and then in a future time, at just the right moment, the spheres condense and two are drawn closer, perhaps for the heaven's highest purpose, for love's sake, and perhaps to carry out an earthly mission. Cameron and Mack, I can only imagine what it must have felt like as children, staring out into the vastness of both earth and sky, and being in absolute awe. In those timeless moments, realizing there had to be something more out there than knowing that we each had to be part of it. Cameron, I can only imagine you as a child looking out at the vast world filled with millions of other human beings and seeing it as a place of endless possibility. Mack, I can only imagine you as a child looking out at the endless night sky peppered with millions of stars and seeing endless possibility. Would either of you have ever imagined that someday there would be another human being that looked out at the same world, at the same endless sky, and would be in the same awe and have the same longing? Could either of you have ever imagined that another human being would be looking back at you with such love, devotion, and understanding as he or she would now be looking back at you on your wedding day? Take that in. Mack shared, I fell in love with Cam when we were stargazing together. That was where we had our first kiss. I was so nervous. I knew I had fallen in love with her because we couldn't stop smiling and laughing on our drive back home together. Everything in the world felt secondary to Cam. Cameron and Mack have always both had big dreams and high aspirations, and for a time, as they were working hard to make their way towards them, they both lived here in Albuquerque, but they never met. It was not until much later that they were both accepted amongst the best of the best to attend the United States Air Force Academy. This was where their sphere narrowed, and they met during sophomore year. Cameron stated, Mack still is handsome and smart. I agree. Mack stated, I remember thinking she is really beautiful and drawn in by her confidence and desire to want to improve everything she was a part of. I could tell she was very driven and a natural leader. She also had such a great smile, which is utterly contagious. I agree. On a deeper level, they were drawn in by the other's inquisitive nature, intelligence, leadership qualities, and compassion. They officially came together for a date at Wild Goose Meeting House, a coffee house in downtown Colorado Springs. Cameron reflected, this is one of my favorite memories. The night was so lively. There were musicians playing great jazz music, and we just nestled in that coffee shop and dove straight into conversation. We talked poetry, goals, meaning of life, religion, and so much more. Another random and funny first date is where Matt tortured me. Oh boy. That date was called Water Survival Class. We learned to swim, jump, inflate our uniforms, rescue heavy dummies, and other unpleasant water things. Matt would wake up at 0500 to go down to the freezing pool with me in the morning. Such romance. Another random and funny first date was, repeating it. It had to be repeated. It was so cool. Two exceptional people with big aspirations finding one another. And believe it or not, they didn't get this way on their own. It took generations of intelligent and hard-working people. These kind of events can be mixed. They can be so happy, but at the same time, there are those of us that are no longer amongst the living, but they are responsible for us out in here. So now, honor to the ancestors. To our beloved ancestors, guides, guardians, and fierce protectors who now reside in this railroad world, we give honor to you. If I may ask Cameron's dad and Mack's mom up. Cameron's dad.
In honor of Karen's grandparents and my parents, leave one and get me down just in memories of them.
Honor Mack's Draymond, Grandpa, my parents, Grace, and John Clark.
We are the blood of your blood, the bone of your bone. We are the living embodiment of the legacy of what you have left behind. Know that we honor our lineage and we shall never forget where we have come from. In this moment, please let us pause for a moment of contemplation over our friends and family that perhaps are no longer amongst the living that we have not mentioned, and also those that just simply couldn't make this beautiful event. And now I'd like to invite up the other two parents, if it's okay, because we're going to be talking about you. If you just step up real quick. Cameron and Matt, you're back here. I'd like you to be able to see your children. If you can stand right about here and here, real quick. Yeah, right there, so that they can look at you as I read what they've said about you. Cameron and Matt have strength and resilience and have lived through great personal challenge. These are qualities that have been passed through a very strong bloodline, especially for moms and dads. Matt shared, both of my parents walked me down the aisle. They are the days from which I have learned all I know. They were always there for me and pushed me to be better in different ways, more compassionate, more disciplined, more educated, and more loving. My mom, Teresa, always reminded me not to get caught up in work and forget about the most important things, loving one another and taking care of relationships. This has always grounded me and reminded me what matters in life. You always showed me unconditional love and compassion. I wouldn't be half the man I am without you. My dad, Kent, you taught me the importance of knowing integrity and hard work. You also taught me appreciation for nature. When I was young, you took the family on so many hikes and camping trips. I often complained about these things as a kid, but I realize now that being in nature and sharing that with us was how you showed us that you loved us. I have grown to appreciate long hikes and camping trips now, and I bet I'll take my kids on those too. Cameron shared, my mom taught me the truest form of love, the kind that does laundry at 0100, helps cut out science fair projects and signs in ungodly hours. A mom who drives all the way to Colorado to see me marching during basic training, and we couldn't even talk. That's my mom. She is the best. She answers calls just to hear me say whatever on that day. She had the U.S. flag flown over USFA in the 2016 when I help me carry burdens and overcome challenges. She is honest with me when I need to hear it. She is patient with me when I don't deserve patience. Mom taught me that women can be powerful, and we can do small and loving things, and we are also forces in the world to be reckoned with and in the workplace. My dad taught me to lead and not care what others think. Appreciate the small things. He likes to wear his t-shirts inside out. I would say, Dad, do you know that your shirt is inside out? Do you know that people are going to think you're weird? He would say, I think they're weird for not wearing their clothes inside out. Why would they put the pokey parts on the inside to rub against your skin? I don't care what others think of me. He dances crazy, and he has a great time because he's just loving and living life. I strive to be like this. Slowly as I grow up, I learned about leadership and how to be oneself without fear. As many of you in attendance well know, in order to shoot for the moon and the stars and protect the planets, one must strive for excellence and live in a different way. What qualities would be necessary to achieve this excellence? These people here and the people that most of you are related to have given you a lot of things. Thank you, moms and dads, and you're welcome to see you. Take your seats. Karen shared, Mack and I had class together at USAFA. The courses that we took required lots of discussion. Mack would always share thoughtful insights. Mack is patient. He listens deeply. He gives me and others grace where others may give up out of frustration. He is a leader people follow. He is reliable. He will work hard to support people and will always do the right thing. He is focused. Nothing will get in his way. We share the intent to contribute to community and society. Gentle, compassionate, and kind. Practical, open-minded. Mack is willing to hear others' opinion. He's reflective. He loves and embraces with his whole heart. Mack shared, I was also drawn by her discipline, her work ethic, her sensitivity towards others. She does the right thing even when it's hard. Two different people, originating from two different bloodlines with the same inner qualities. How did these two come together? It was written in the stars and on the earth as ethical and caring qualities they share as human beings. And now I'd like to welcome them to do an earth blending ceremony, and I'll talk about what that means. Hearing their love story, it was miraculous that these two found one another in the way that they did. So I felt it was a really special way to have a base for their relationship. So that's what's at the bottom here. These segments represent how different these two are, and that they are agreeing through this action to continue sharing each other and expanding those qualities of being different, but they're also agreeing to share them. And then here, there's a bit of airspace here, and every now and